Yeah, so we then have the ending. Probably one of the greatest 20 to 30 minutes in movie history in Predator. Like, it's probably one of the greatest like one of the greatest 30-minute spans in film history. Like, just pure amazingness, basically. Just ridiculous. Like, every time I watch it, I'm just like, this is like the greatest, like, look, amazing. They tried to replicate it. They actually tried to replicate it. Listen, in this movie I'm watching it, the guy Adrian Brody comes out with mud on his body. Um, you know what? Let me even go back to it. Let me just redress before I even talk about that ending. The Adrian Brody character. I'm like, guys, this is the main guy. You know, I talked about the voice thing. I don't know what the hell was up with the voice. The voice thing just drew a lot of attention to the fact that you're not Arnold. You know, I'm like, look, if you're going to be a smaller version, a more intelligent, whatever thing, then don't try and be tough. Try and be clever. You know what I'm saying? Just be clever. Like, be like, you're a hunter, you're in the jungle, you're very good with understanding how to manipulate your territory and all that sort of stuff. Do that. Don't be tough. Because the thing I was watching this thing, I'm like, this guy's like, you're trying to be like, it's trying to characterize you as a tough guy. But look, we've seen Predator. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You, what you, like, I should be watching this thing and it's so far away from Arnold that I am not able to even really think about Arnold anymore. This thing was too close to Arnold. Like everything about it was like, just tough, tough. Then we got to the end, and we have the whole thing with the mud thing. We have the whole thing with the mud thing, and then he's standing there, and then he does the whole thing, the shouting, and the guy comes, and then there's fire behind him, and then obviously he sets some kind of trap, and he said, come on, kill me, do it, come on, do it." I'm like, oh my god, this is one of my favorite lines in history. He's actually saying it. My brain was exploding. Guys, I felt so angry. I'm sorry. And I know that there are a lot of guys out there who love this, who probably love Predators for that reason, because it had all these references. For me, it was killing me. I was dying. I was like, no, he's saying these. Oh, God, no. Only Arnold is allowed to say, come on, do it. I'm here. Come on, do it. I'm here. Kill me now. I'm here. Come on, do it. Only Arnold. It's the only guy who's allowed to say it. And he's not even allowed to say it any time. He was allowed to say it in 87. You, to me, I was upset. Okay, I was like, no, please, no. Just seeing that whole scenario play out, I was upset. The way it ended with all the ash, Arnold was standing there in the ash by himself before. Now you've got him, the Adrian Brody character, and the woman hugging each other with the ash. And guys, you see what I'm saying? Whereas in the 80s, the atmosphere, you just see this guy who looks like a gladiator standing with ash, big muscles, his blood on his face, Arnold with the ash falling all around him. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. You had that, okay? Now you have like a guy he's hugging this woman on a branch. He's hugging a woman on a branch. It's emotional. It's like emotions, romantic. It's romance. Guys, romance in Predator. Romance. Like that, that's what I'm saying, guys. Oh God. Look, it's gotta end. It's got to end. I'm like, look, and the thing is that why it's so interesting with this movie is that the movie was actually it's actually not bad. So I'm not saying the movie's bad, but I'm like, geez, you come in there. I'm trying to get like, I've there are enough options with that. Can I just have a guy's film? It's for just guys, and women can't watch it. Make like Predator. I remember Predator. Any woman who tells me that she likes Predator, I look at her with like my left eye to the left and my right eye to the bottom right. Because I'm like, why do you like this movie? Because even if you're saying, oh, I like the guys, and like the guys, the way that they looked in Predator, like they're not even made to look endearing to the females. Really, to be quite honest with you. Those guys are very, very brash individuals. So it wasn't that kind of movie. It just wasn't that kind of movie. And in the 80s, they made a lot of those sorts of things. You know? So what I'm saying here, guys, it's change. Got to change. But I mean, the overall, I saw the thing. Those are my thoughts. Um, it ended with all those things coming down, and it's obviously a sequel. Just get the hell off this planet, or whatever the hell. So obviously, the next movie is about them with a new breed, new group of convicts or whatever crazy people they dropped on there, and figuring out a way off the planet. And I'm just like, Predator. Predator 1 was amazing because it just ended. It was a self-contained movie and it had an ending. You finished it. Arnold beats the Predator. He beats him. It's over. The chopper came and collected him. Okay? That's why it's because it had integrity of it's just I'm trying. John McTiernan and all the producers were trying to make a movie. We're not trying to make the beginning of a new franchise. We're trying to make a movie. And like when I watched this thing, and I'm like, it ended that way. I'm like, because you've built up to this ending of, I'm like, it's a non-ending. The movie hasn't ended. It just hasn't ended. It's like, because even when they were fighting, I'm like, okay, how the hell are you going to get off the planet now? And I was like, is this going to be like a really crazy ending where they just end it and we just do not know how the hell they're going to get off? No, you ended it and you see all these things coming down. They're like, oh, we've got to figure out a way to get off this planet. I'm just like, I mean, that's my thing. And I know that there are a lot of guys, again, I'm saying it, look, I know, because I'm watching this movie and I'm like, I can see, look, fans, the people who made this movie respect part one. They've put enough effort and work into this picture to appeal to a lot of Predator fans. Fair enough. But you see, so somebody like me, I'm like so from the back in the day, old school guy, like I'm from back in the day that I just can't really like something like this. I just can't. And like maybe that makes me old. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm an old fogey now. Like I'm an old guy. Maybe this has proved I'm old. Because I look at this thing and I can't really like it. It's like this is just give me expendables. Like I'm just like look, I told you, Universal Soldier Regeneration is better than Predators. For me. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're both supposed to be movies for men. And Universal Soldier Regeneration went further and appealed to my male instincts better than Predators did. Because Predators to me feels like it's too much for the masses. Look, guys, you know what I'm going to do? Look out for a video I'm going to put up on. I'm going to put up a video on the Talkback page with something, just a little thing to highlight the reasons why I have problems with Predators. And it's going to be very interesting. It's a very new thing. It's a very new thing I'm about to do, So just look out for a little video. It's not going to be a long video. It's going to be very, very short. And it's going to highlight some things. I'm not actually going to say very much in the video. Not going to say very much. I'm just going to highlight a few things about it. Because, as far as I'm concerned, it's a very weird scenario because we've got a situation whereby I think men's movies are lost. They're gone. If it's not for Rambo, like I watch Rambo, I'm like, that's just like the only guy's movie that's come out it's like is Stallone the only guy who's going to make a movies for guys? Like really just a full on out and out movie whereby it's just out and out. You've got no coolness, like trying to be cool and all of that. Because I mean that's what I'm saying about this thing. Like I'm watching, I'm like, it's trying to be cool. Like there's no need for that. The movie was actually it had all the ingredients. I mean, look, they wasted Lawrence Fishburne. This guy was like in like what 10 minutes of the movie. And I saw the guy in the credits, and I was actually thinking, how are they going to fit Lawrence Fishburne into this kind of movie? Now I know he really didn't. He was just there. I was like, what? What was the point? And then when they shot him, he exploded like jelly. It looked funny. Like I just started laughing. I'm like, you see, things like that didn't happen in Predator 1. Remember in Predator 1, you saw things like where some of those kills, man. Remember when the Predator ran around Dylan and Dylan was shooting, the thing ran around and then his arm was on the floor and his finger was still shooting, like his arm with the gun on the floor was still shooting, and then he was looking and he had like half an arm, and then he was like looking, and then the Predator came and just like